Yeah, Paul Reinhardt and I became friends in the 70s, and he was looking for his old 57, and it just so happened Frank, my buddy, knew where it was out in Walnut Creek. He'd seen it, and he could give a general area where he had seen it and may have had it, and he went looking for it. But in the meantime, he found his old 63 Z06 Fuley, and he had it restored and had it painted a Daytona blue, the original color of the red interior. And a Chinese guy there in Oakland painted it. And that man could paint. Jesus Christ, he could lay lacquer on. Anyhow, the story was he'd wait early morning and paint lacquer so it wouldn't flash. It's bad. The humidity wouldn't bother it. And he'd almost paint so heavy it was unreal. You could. I thought he was going to run when he was shooting. And he shoots at about 3 or 4 in the morning. And anyhow, we got it done, put it back together, and we helped him a little bit on that. He had it on a trailer, going to take it to get a wheel alignment or something that Paul was doing, and he had it parked in Oakland across from a big parking lot, a big, I guess it was a 2-story parking area. And some guy come out with a Mercury and big old 53 or something Mercury had parked there in this parking area. And he went to get out of the car and we didn't put it in gear and no brakes on, and it rolled across the way, hit the trailer and the Corvette and damaged it pretty bad, body wise, and the trailer. You got that big old heavy car coming that fast down that ramp and across the street, and it just nailed right in front of the wheel. So it had the door and the side, the front fender mashed in pretty bad on the Corvette. So, man, that was upsetting. So we were going to go to vintage races. So a couple of guys that were over in San Francisco that knew Paul real well and they worked on Corvettes a lot, and they said, yeah, let's fix the body and we'll pull it off and check the frame and all that. So they did a body off, and I mean, there must have been, we went over with them, Frank and I, to help them, and they had taken a frame out from underneath it, and we took the frame and checked it and redid some areas that had to be redone, touch up, suspension work. That's all Frank and I did. The other guys did all the body work, and we had that thing out there in one weekend, and that's unreal. And back together, and it was back together by Wednesday. We didn't have the chassis back on it until Wednesday, but we finished up with everything, and there were repairs, and it had to be repainted, and that was it by Wednesday. And so it was ready to go to vintage racing within 2 weeks. After got the motor running right and doing some other stuff, we went over and helped him a little bit at his garage on there. He lived in Castro Valley. So Frank and I went there a couple of nights to help him get it running. And we went off to the vintage races and had a blast. I enjoyed pitting for him. We had some problems with the fuel unit. And I had to run on Watson. I think it was, I can't remember where it was, Watsonville or somewhere over there. I had to run over and get a carburetor and intake and swap out in the pits there to a carbureted Corvette running a Fuley. And that was a lot of fun. So I did that in a couple of hours and had him running on a carburation system. And that was fun. Like I said, I enjoyed working with Paul, a good man. He was well in his 50s then, and of course he was the B production champion back in the 70s. He drove a Genie also. He had a Genie with a Traco motor in it, and he had his 57. Of course, he was the guy that won against the Porsche on 3 wheels. He lost a wheel coming in turns up at Seafair in Seattle once, and that was a pretty famous shot where he went across the finish line on 3 wheels, beating that Porsche RSK. So the boy from Monterey. Anyhow, Paul was one hell of a driver. I always admired him, and I guess that's what spurred me to go on racing. He was such an encouragement. Anyway, we gotta see you later, guys. Take care. Bye now.